In this video, I'm going to be philosophizing on freedoms thinking. And when we're engaging in freedoms thinking, free agency is most meaningful to this enterprise. An enterprise self-directs perception, action, and behaving in regards to specific psychological processes of behavior in which we're conducting meaningfully, and which individual thinkers who are engaging in freedoms thinking are engaging a creative process of creating meaning, and creating meaning most centralizing to the self and optimal well-being in regards to the expansivenesses of intrinsic freedoms, internalizing individualized thoughts into what are actionable perception, action, and behaviors that expand our capacity to be able to engage more meaningful emotions in life, and meaningful emotions that allow us to express our unique creativities from inside to the external world, creating these meaningful connections between our imaginative consciousness and capacities to engage mind wandering in these more ideational, not just states, but intermittent coursings of meaningful information in which we engage optimized learning and are better able to problem solve and operate resourcefully and engage cognitive flexibility, but not just the cognitive flexibility, more expand our ranges of meaning interpretation to form these free associations in regards to psychological flexibility, and that allow us to be able to gooder, meaningfully regulate our emotions, as well as specific direct perceptions in association with our conducts of direct and indirect perception, as well as various perception, action, behavior associated with those conducts, in which we can engage more meaningfully in what is most centralizingly meaningful to the self, and which is individualized, and which is not necessarily the same in regards to another individual, but maybe in some situations or with regards to some of the individuals have some meaningful overlaps in which we can form more meaningful relations with others and connections. But it's important to also understand that our thoughts, and especially as we're engaging in freedom thinking, our thoughts are our own. And it's important to also own our thoughts, and to be able to actually engage in more of these freedom thinking, we have to take responsibilities for the self to be able to develop more expansive freedoms, and to be able to increase our range of cognitive flexibility, that we can think in more of these expansive passageways towards what allows us to liberate the mind and increase the liberations of the mind that aren't boggled down so easily when push comes to shove onto the individual whom is experiencing a sense of, and in some cases, actual factual meaninglessness, arbitrariness, and absurdities that come to ruin the years of invested labors towards a meaningful enterprise that is not quite dead unless an individual allows it to die. And even then, allowing it to die, there's always the capacity to rekindle or rebirth some component, part, and process of it that's still resonant with the centralizing meanings of an individual. And it's important to always look towards what truly makes you and yourself, and not some other individual, and to build on those components and be able to engage in a restorative process that allows us to expand the freedoms thinking, internalize and innermost to self, and which is reflective of a deep, passionate self-love, and which develops this passionate self-love from its kindlings, in which the chick of the phoenix, the torch chick, is born into a new soaring bird that takes flight upon the horizons of mountainside. and it expands the freedoms of thinking towards the acepçãdades, responsibilidades, are deepening expansivenesses of meaningfulness. And that's all I want to say for this video. I hope you have an awesome one. Bye.